So what we have been discussing in the series of Olympiad problems is that whenever you look at a problem like this, don't use brute force. You have to look through the problem, try to understand how this kind of problem can be tackled. And one thing is for sure, the more you practice such kind of problems, the more ideas you will get. So it is not as if the first time you see such a problem, you'll suddenly get an idea. It doesn't happen to most of us. So most of us have to do more and more problems like these so that we start understanding that what would be the different angles in which such kind of problem can be solved. So when I look at a problem like this, let me give you a hint. You can pause the video and try to do the sum on your own. But this problem would be solved using this identity: a minus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square minus 2ab. You can pause the video. You can try to do the question. You can pause it here. Now, if you were able to use the hint to do this question, very, very well done. Otherwise, you'll have to see how this is done. So this 5.25, I will reduce this to 5 plus 0.25. This I will write as root 5 square plus 0.5 square. So this is my a square, this is my b square, minus 2 root 5 into 0.5. This is my minus 2ab. Now if I look at this, this would be 2 into 0.5 is 1. So 1 into root 5. So I have root 5 here, and this has become my this 5.25 has become my a square plus b square. I hope you are getting what I'm saying. So basically this expression, I will write this expression as root 5 square plus 0.5 square minus twice of root 5 into 0.5. Now I hope you have understood that this is equal to root 5 minus 0.5 whole square. So basically this expression 5.25 minus root 5 is equal to root 5 minus 0.5 whole square. I'm sorry, I should be writing this as like this, square. And then there is a square root, which is this square root. So my answer for this is root 5 minus 0.5. This is my final answer. The second question is a bit more complicated, not as simple as the first question we have done. So now what we have is root of 220 minus 30 root 35. So now this would be written as a root m minus b root n whole square. This is how it will be written. Because once I write this one as a root m minus b root m whole square, then finally my answer would simply be a root m minus b root n. Then how do I reduce this to this? How do I reduce this? 220 minus 30 root 35 into this shape. So that this is where we'll be doing some manipulation. Now if I take a root m minus b root n whole square, this can be written as a square m plus b square n minus 2ab root mn. This is how it can be written. Now once I compare 220 with a square m plus b square n, and then I compare this 30 with 2ab and this root 35 with root mn, and then I try to find the values of a, b, m, n, and then I'll be able to write this expression. So what I do is I'll start with this mn. This mn is equal to 35. Now the factors of 35 are, you know, uh, are simple. There are only two factors. One is 7, the other is 5. We can also have 1 and 35, but that won't work. You will understand just in a while. So let me just focus on the two factors of mn. I take m as 7 and n as 5. This is my first step done. Now AB, as I understand, twice of AB is equal to 30. So AB would be equal to 15, right? Now I can, so if AB is equal to 15, again I'll have two factors of 15. One is 3, one is B. So my A can be 3, B can be 5, or the other thing might be that A is 5 and B is 3. These are the only two options that I have. How do I check which is the right option? I check that using this expression. I know my A square m plus B square n is equal to 220. Now I'll put the values of AB in this expression and try to find out what works. So I have A square m plus B square n. Values of m and n would remain 7 and 5. That is fine. I'll have to check for the values of A and B. So first I do 3 square and 5 square. 3 square into 7 plus 5 square into 5. You will understand that this is 3 3 the 9, 9 7 the 63. There is a 3 in the units place. Then there would be 5 in the units place here. So this won't be equal to 220. You don't even have to calculate. So this value you can ignore. The other option is that A is equal to 5 and B is equal to 3. That will work, because when you check A is equal to 5 and B is equal to 3, when you check this, you will find that this expression is equal to 220. So my final values are, these are the values of A, M, B, N. I hope you are here. I hope you have understood what I am doing. You can rewind and look at the the path again, what I am following. So finally I reach this stage where I can write this expression, a square m plus b square n minus 2ab into root mn. So this is my uh, a square m this is my my I'll write it here. I'll write it here so that it makes sense. I'll write it here. So finally my A is 5, M is 7, minus B is 3, and N is 5. I'm taking square of this. I will be taking square of this. So this is just a step that is in between. So 5 root 7 square plus 3 root 5 square minus 2 into 5 root 7 into 3 root 7. So finally this is the expression that I want, and there is a square root, this square root above this, square root above this. So finally this would be equal to 5 root 7 minus 3 root 5. This would be the final answer. So I hope you are able to figure out that when you look at expressions like these. So for example, we did this 220 minus 30 root 35 problem. Then the other problem also. In these kind of problems, you have to see the problem through. Use some expansion or something to solve these kind of problems. And as I've told you earlier also, that more such kind of problems you will solve, the more you get mentally robust to tackle these kind of problems. So I hope this lecture was also useful, and please look at the other videos in the playlist also, and please subscribe to the channel. Please like the channel. You can share the video also. So thanks a lot and best of luck.